You got 10 pairs, do the math. What's that? 100,000. Got 10 pairs, do the math. What's that? 100 grand. That line hits like a flex straight off the jump. Big Meech isn't just a name stamped in history, it's a full-blown movement, a street legend status, a heavyweight force in hip-hop culture built off the rise of the Black Mafia family empire. But the second his son Lil Meech steps into that bright spotlight, that legendary glow starts dimming fast and people notice immediately. Then there's the airport situation, yeah, that whole mess with a gun in his bag. That moment alone flipped the narrative quick. Lil Meech's name keeps popping up next to drama, and now when folks hear BMF, they don't instantly think legacy anymore, they think chaos. And let's keep it real, being Big Meech's son comes with insane pressure, heavy pressure. It looks like he's trying hard to live up to that tough image, walking the same road his father once laid down, but those footsteps, they're looking shaky, unsteady, and way more exposed than expected. But let's be real for a second. Everything we've seen so far makes it clear he's not built like his pops. When people look at Lil Meech, they don't see a boss. They see someone pushing hard to play a role that doesn't naturally fit. Big Meech came straight out the mud and turned nothing into a full-blown dynasty. That grind was real. Lil Meech, on the other hand, grew up with comfort, private schools, calm neighborhoods, and a life far removed from the raw conditions that BMF originally came from. So when he steps outside flashing that tough guy image, it feels forced, like a costume instead of real experience. And what really got people talking were those snitching allegations. In that world, mistakes can slide, but being labeled a snitch, that's the kind of stain that sticks forever in people's minds. After that, folks started side-eyeing him heavy. Things really blew up back in 2022 after that airport situation. TSA agents reportedly found a Glock 19 in a bag linked to Lil Meech, and from that moment, the narrative spiraled fast. Instead of keeping things quiet, people felt like he talked too much and the damage multiplied almost overnight. First, he tried saying he was underage, even though he was already 22 years old at the time. Then the story shifted fast. Suddenly the bag wasn't even his, and he claimed someone else packed it and slipped the gun inside. Come on now! That kind of explanation, especially in street circles, gets you labeled quick. Even if nobody ends up locked up, that talk alone can wreck your reputation while you're trying to keep your image intact. Lil Meech also surrounded himself with real street dudes, probably thinking it would help sell that tough guy image even more. But once the airport body cam footage dropped, a lot of those same people disappeared fast. They didn't want their names tied to that type of situation or energy. A few still stayed close though. One of them was a guy named 3 Luck. 3 Luck held it down, maybe believing the drama would blow over, or hoping Lil Meech would finally show he was built for that life. But that loyalty, it didn't pay off at all, and it ended up backfiring in a major way. By mid-2025, everything finally crashed out hard. 3 Luck took the situation straight to social media and aired out something wild, no filter at all. He claimed Lil Meech let him take the fall for a serious situation without any warning or heads up. That revelation shook people because it painted a whole different picture of loyalty and trust. According to 3 Luck, it all traces back to October 24th, 2020. That day, he thought they were just riding around handling regular errands, nothing crazy. What he didn't know was Lil Meech was already on law enforcement's radar and every move was being watched closely. Once police ran the plates and saw who was driving, things shifted fast. The car got flagged, and when officers tried to stop them, Meech hesitated. That pause made it look like he was thinking about taking off. Meanwhile, 3 Luck was out cold in the passenger seat, completely unaware of the storm about to hit. They eventually pulled into a parking lot, and from that moment on, the situation spiraled into a full-blown mess that changed everything. Allegedly, while 3 Luck was still knocked out cold, Lil Meech started shifting illegal items off himself and sliding them closer to 3 Luck's seat. By the time he finally pulled over and the cops rolled up with sirens screaming and lights flashing, 3 Luck woke up confused as ever, and boom, he spots a weapon sitting way too close to him for comfort. He looks over at Meech, and in that split second, everything clicks. The realization hits hard, like he'd just been set up by the one person he thought was solid. Officers pull both of them out of the car and separate them immediately. They start searching the vehicle, and at first, all they come across are firearms. Now keep in mind, this is Florida. We're not talking about super strict states like California or New York. Gun laws down there are looser, so at first, officers didn't seem overly pressed. It honestly looked like Lil Meech and 3 Luck might both walk away clean. But then Lil Meech does something nobody expected at all. Completely unprovoked, he starts volunteering information to the cops. No pressure, no questioning, just talking. He blurts out that there's more illegal stuff in the car. Like, why even go there? That one move flipped a manageable situation into something way bigger, and that's when everything truly went left. The crazy part is the cops weren't even asking about anything else. Their focus was strictly on the guns at first. But the second Lil Meech opened his mouth, he handed them a brand new reason to dig deeper. Just like that, a situation that could have stayed small exploded into something serious real fast. Now with firearms and additional illegal items in the mix, everything took a sharp turn. Before anyone could even process it, 3 Luck was the one getting arrested. He's the one hit with the charges, while Meech stayed on the outside watching it all unfold. Eventually, 3 Luck ends up sentenced to 40 months behind bars. And here's the wild part. At first, he didn't even realize Lil Meech had volunteered information to the cops. He had no clue Meech had spoken up at all. From his perspective, it probably looked like Meech just panicked and stashed things in the wrong spot. Even though he was heated, he may have thought, all right, I'll take the fall. Maybe Meech would look out for him while he was locked up. But that loyalty never came back around. 3 Luck burned through his entire life, savings fighting the case. And through all that stress, all that time, not a single dime came from Lil Meech or anyone tied to his circle. Total silence at first, but sooner or later, the truth always leaks out. 3 Luck finally gets access to footage, or at least clips from the body cam, and that's when everything snaps into focus. In the video, Lil Meech flat out tells the cops, there's more illegal stuff in the car. Hearing that with his own ears changed everything. The confusion vanished, the dots connected, and the betrayal became crystal clear. That moment hit 3 Luck straight in the chest. All the doubt disappeared. That's when he decided he was done staying quiet. He jumped on Instagram and aired everything out for the world to see. He dropped receipts too, screenshots, timelines, and even a voice recording from a phone call where Lil Meech is clearly heard apologizing. In that same call, Lil Meech told him that once the BMF show got rebooted, he'd come through with some money and hold him down. But right around that time, rumors started swirling heavy. Word was 50 Cent had pulled the plug on the show completely and it wasn't coming back at all. Suddenly, those promises sounded real shaky. 3 Luck was already feeling the pressure and kept reaching out again and again. Lil Meech kept making promises, talking smooth, saying help was coming, but once again, nothing showed up. No support, no money, no real effort at all. Then 3 Luck finally sees the body cam footage for himself. The exact moment he sees clear proof that Lil Meech really put him in that position, that was the final straw. No more waiting, no more protecting anyone. He put everything out publicly. No filters, no sugarcoating, no holding back at all. And even though it looked bad for Lil Meech, a lot of people weren't shocked. Why? Because for a while now, there's been talk, rumors saying he's not loyal. That same talk has floated around about his father too, allegedly. People whisper that both of them have a history of switching up on those close to them. That kind of reputation sticks. That shaky image is also part of why things reportedly went left with 50 Cent. Nothing legal, just broken trust and bad blood, according to industry talk. And if there was anyone who could have given Lil Meech real credibility, both in the streets and in Hollywood, it was 50 Cent. He didn't just cast Meech Jr. in the BMF series, he gave him a major platform. He gave Lil Meech a whole lane. Mentor, big bro, industry plug, image shield, all wrapped into one powerful connection. For a long time, 50 Cent was riding hard for Lil Meech, backing him publicly and protecting him from the usual criticism that comes with being the son of a street legend. That kind of cover doesn't come easy, and not everyone gets it. But by 2025, that relationship blew up, and when it did, it was loud, messy, and impossible to ignore. Everything popped off right after Big Meech was released from prison. That moment should have been nothing but celebration. Pops was finally home, and his son had already built serious buzz by playing him on a hit TV series. The BMF name was hot again, reaching a whole new generation. Then came the move that changed everything. Big Meech linked up with Rick Ross, one of 50 Cent's biggest longtime rivals, and threw a flashy welcome home concert that caught 50 completely off guard. Whatever unity existed cracked instantly. What should have been a victory lap turned into the start of a full-blown fallout. For 50, That move crossed the line, especially after he felt like he was the one keeping the Meech name alive in both the industry and the culture. On TV, in pop culture, and even in business moves behind the scenes, 50 Cent had already set Lil Meech up in a major position. To 50, this wasn't just another show. He had poured in real time, stacks of money, and heavy effort into the entire Flannery family, so when things went sideways, he felt flat out betrayed. And when 50 feels betrayed, he doesn't stay quiet. He strikes where it hurts most. The internet. He jumped on Instagram ready for war and started unloading post after post. No holding back, no filter, just pure digital chaos. He dropped a viral pic of a massive rat with the caption, "I think I'm Big Meech," a cold twist on Rick Ross's famous line. That was a bold move, basically calling Big Meech a snitch, loud and clear. The whole internet exploded over it. But 50 didn't stop there. When it came to Lil Meech, he turned the pressure all the way up. He started spilling behind-the-scenes secrets, claiming Lil Meech was showing up to set high, acting out, and even got sent to rehab right in the middle of filming. The drama was unreal, and social media went wild. 50 didn't just talk, he came with receipts. He posted straight-up proof. He dropped a photo of Lil Meech slumped in a wheelchair with Amy Winehouse's Rehab splashed across it, and he captioned it with savage lines like, "Damn, this is bad. You believe me now?" It was total public humiliation. The internet went crazy, and Lil Meech tried to brush it off, telling TMZ, "Where I'm from, everybody needs rehab." But 50 wasn't letting up, not one bit. He reposted that same clip and clowned Meech even harder. He threw more shade, saying something slick like, "He must not have heard them say cut." Basically, 50 was calling him out for acting like a gangster even when the cameras weren't rolling, like he couldn't drop the character and was trying way too hard to live the role. The whole thing had people talking non-stop. By now, Lil Meech was really feeling the heat. Behind the scenes, he tried to reach out to 50, hoping to cool things down and patch things up, but that plan backfired fast. Those private messages didn't stay private for long. Once the text leaked, fans saw a whole different side of Meech, hurt, confused, and blindsided. In one message, he even told 50, "I've only ever shown you love." That line hit deep, showing just how bad things had gotten. Lil Meech tried to defend himself, texting 50, "I never switched up. This internet stuff is throwing me off. You know me in real life." He was clearly trying to prove he was still loyal. He even threw a slick jab at Rick Ross in those same messages, saying something like, "KF Ross, but he gave my dad some bread so he could pay his bills till next season." It was messy, emotional, and desperate, but 50 wasn't buying any of it. Instead of keeping those messages behind closed doors, 50 went full savage mode. He blasted every single text on Instagram for the world to see, sarcastic caption and all. He made a whole spectacle out of it, clowning Meech in front of millions. And then, to make things even more intense, he dropped a cold hint that the BMF show itself might be getting shut down. That shook fans to the core. Then came the knockout punch. 50 went public and said flat out, "I'm done with the Meech business." Just like that, he cut ties completely. The mentorship, the partnership, the loyalty, all gone in one swipe. After that moment, everything around Lil Meech shifted. In the streets, people started whispering. In the industry, doors started closing. Because when someone like 50 Cent, known for being ruthless, respected, and brutally honest, calls you fake and ungrateful in front of everyone, that label sticks. In hip-hop, loyalty isn't just a word, it's currency. You can survive beef, but if folks think you betrayed the man who gave you your shot, that's straight-up career suicide. And just when things couldn't get worse, Lil Meech's next moves completely torched any chance of a comeback. Instead of laying low or trying to fix the chaos, he went full-blown rebel mode. He popped out in Miami, turning up with not one, but two of 50 Cent's biggest rivals, Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather. That's not a small slip-up, that's two massive strikes straight out of 50's enemy circle. Then came the real bomb. Lil Meech posted a pic with both of them and captioned it, "Real Power." Yeah, that was a direct shot at 50's Power franchise, and everyone caught the shade instantly. His team tried to do some quick damage control, claiming Meech was unbothered, focused on new business plays, and simply doing his own thing without 50. But honestly, nobody was buying that story. The timing was way too perfect, and the message way too loud. For a lot of fans, that moment just confirmed everything 50 had been saying all along, that Lil Meech didn't know what loyalty meant and would jump sides the second things got tough. 50 saw it, called it, and then slammed the door shut for good. After that, the fallout was brutal. 50's loyal fan base turned their backs, the industry went cold, and Lil Meech, once seen as the next big torchbearer of the BMF legacy, was now viewed as just another privileged kid who fumbled the biggest opportunity of his life. He didn't just burn bridges, he blew them up completely. In the world Lil Meech is desperate to fit into, a world built on loyalty, respect, and authenticity, once you lose those three things, it's over. Without them, your name means nothing. And right now, all Lil Meech really has left is the family name. But even that can fade fast if the chaos keeps stacking up. Between the public fallout with 50 Cent and that scandal with 3 Luck, things are looking shaky. But it doesn't stop there. Beyond those major blowups, his record's filled with smaller slip-ups, little mistakes that on their own wouldn't destroy a career, but together, they paint one messy picture. Every few months, there's a new headline, a new viral clip, another reason for people to side-eye him. And when you're carrying a last name as legendary as Big Meech, that kind of constant noise doesn't boost your image. It breaks it down piece by piece. Let's rewind to 2022 for one of his wildest stunts. Lil Meech got arrested in Miami on grand theft and fraud charges, all over a watch. But not just any watch, a $250,000 Richard Mille. According to reports, he walked into a high-end jeweler, dropped off a Rolex as collateral, scooped the Richard Mille, and then dipped, still owing almost $200,000 on it. That move had people stunned. It wasn't just about the watch, it was about the image. For someone trying to prove he's serious about his legacy, a headline like that hits hard. Then things got even shadier. Reports claimed Lil Meech tried to trade that same exact Richard Mille at another jewelry store, like it was fully his. That move had major scammer vibes all over it. Even though the charges eventually got dropped, the internet didn't care. The story had already taken off like wildfire. Overnight, the headlines flipped from BMF star on the rise to BMF star busted in watch scam. It was a brutal hit to his image, and people online went in hard. Instead of looking like a boss, he started coming off like a kid, trying way too hard to flex for the gram. The shine was gone, and the stunts just made him look reckless. And if his business moves were shaky, his personal life wasn't helping either. His relationship with R&B singer Summer Walker turned into non-stop vlog material. At first, it looked cute. Matching fits, sweet posts, couple goals vibes, but behind the scenes, it was pure chaos. Cheating rumors started swirling fast, and then came one of the wildest moments yet, the musty situation. Comedian Jess Hilarious went live and completely roasted Lil Meech, saying straight up that he smelled bad. She joked that Summer Walker must have had a strong stomach to even deal with him, calling him musty on air in front of everybody. That one joke spread everywhere. Social media lost its mind. Memes, tweets, and clips started flying nonstop. And imagine this, Lil Meech, son of a gangster, trying to carry that BMF legacy out here getting cooked online for not wearing deodorant. It was the perfect storm of embarrassment, one that made him look less like the heir to a criminal empire and more like someone drowning in viral drama. Lil Meech tried clapping back the only way he knew how, by putting Jess Hilarious on blast. He posted old DMs where she was allegedly flirting with him, throwing shade with the caption, "You didn't think I smelled bad back then." It was his attempt to flip the script, but by the time he hit post, the damage was already done. The internet had moved on, and the jokes had stuck. On their own, these little moments might just seem like the usual celebrity slip-ups, stuff any young, famous dude might go through. But when you start lining everything up, a whole different picture starts to form. Lil Meech isn't coming across like a sharp, street-smart, rising star anymore. He's looking reckless, immature, and like he's just coasting off his father's name. That's a dangerous image when your last name carries as much weight as Flannery. In the hip-hop world, especially around the OGs and the ones who really live that life, reputation means everything. And right now, they're not buying what Lil Meech is selling. They see past the flashy outfits, the Instagram flexes, and the red carpet smiles. To them, it's all surface, no substance. And when people start comparing him to his father, it's night and day. Big Meech built an empire out of nothing. He took real risks, made real moves, and paid real consequences. That's what earned him respect in the streets. But Lil Meech, the older heads are looking at him sideways saying, this is the one supposed to carry the BMF torch? It's a heavy legacy to live up to. And right now, it looks like he's dropping it. This kid just ain't built like that. And that's the cold truth. But let's be real, it's not even about him going to private school or growing up comfortable. Nobody's mad that Lil Meech had a better life than his pops. That's what every parent wants for their kid. The real problem? The act. Like one fan said perfectly, 50 didn't clown Lil Meech for going to private school. He clowned him for pretending like he didn't. That right there says it all. Because in hip-hop and real street culture, there's one rule that never changes. You can't fake authenticity. You can't talk tough if you've never felt real pressure. You can't claim the grind if you never had to survive the storm. And when your last name is Meech, that standard shoots sky high. People expect power, respect, and realness, not clout chasing and internet drama. So when you're out here getting caught up in messy scandals, flexing online, and acting like you're built for the trenches when everyone knows you're not, it's no surprise people stop respecting you. They're not nodding along, they're laughing. And once that happens, rebuilding your name in this game, that's almost impossible. If you want more deep dives and breakdowns like this one, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment below. Hit that bell so you never miss the real stories, the raw truth, and the wildest drama out here. Because trust me, we're just getting started.